Welcome to this place called Earth and the Project, Moral and Ethical Inversions. In this short, the inversion of humility, why shrinking yourself isn't noble. Take a slow breath and notice what happens in your body as you imagine taking up space, real space, unapologetically. Because that's what today's inversion exposes. Humility is not about becoming smaller. It's about becoming honest. And honesty includes acknowledging your worth. Yet so many people confuse humility with self-erasure. They believe stepping back is polite, downplaying their abilities is graceful, and staying quiet is respectful. But here's the deeper reflection. Shrinking is not humility, it's trauma in a costume. It's learned behavior, it's somatic memory, it's inherited conditioning. Self-shrinking often comes from survival, not virtue. Most people who chronically shrink themselves learned early in life. Don't shine too brightly. Don't outgrow the people around you. Don't express too much pride. Don't upset anyone with your confidence. Don't take up space you aren't explicitly given. This conditioning usually comes from unpredictable parents, shaming authority figures, such as some teachers and cultures that police emotional expression, environments where confidence was punished, being told, you're too much, or stop showing off. The nervous system internalized the lesson. Visibility is dangerous. Safety lives in being small. So shrinking became survival, not humility. But because the world praises humility, many people mistake their trauma response for a moral virtue. False humility is a quiet form of self-abandonment. Self-erasure feels noble on the outside. It feels mature. It feels kind. But internally, it leaves a residue. Resentment, invisibility, sadness, self-suppression, emotional numbness. A life lived in someone else's shadow. When you shrink yourself, you're not protecting others. You're abandoning yourself. And abandonment, even self-abandonment, isn't noble. It's painful. Humility isn't about downplaying your worth. It's about not inflating it. Genuine humility has nothing to do with minimizing yourself. True humility is simply groundedness, self-awareness, knowing your strengths without exaggeration, knowing your weaknesses without shame, confidence, without arrogance, presence, without dominance. Humility does not say, I am less. Humility says I am human. False humility says I don't matter. And that isn't humility, it's internalized self-doubt. Self-suppression harms relationships. Not just you. People often shrink themselves to protect others from jealousy, insecurity, feeling intimidated, feelings of inadequacy. But here's the inversion. When you shrink yourself, you don't protect others, you disconnect from them. Because connection requires authenticity. And you cannot be authentic while pretending to be less than you are. When you minimize your abilities, your insight, your presence, people can't find you. Relationships become imbalanced, trust becomes brittle, respect diminishes, communication becomes vague. Taking up your natural space is not threatening. It's stabilizing. It permits others to be real too. Shrinking yourself feeds egos, not connection. Some people like you smaller because it keeps you predictable, it keeps them comfortable. It avoids their insecurity, it maintains the hierarchy, it prevents them from facing their own reflections. But your job is not to protect someone from themselves. Your job is to honor who you are. And here's the ethical reality. If someone needs you small to feel big, they are not someone to shape yourself around. Shrink for no one. Soften, yet be kind, yes, but do not disappear. Taking up space is not ego, it's integrity. Taking up the space you were meant to fill is not arrogance, it's accuracy. You don't need to be louder, you don't need to dominate, you don't need to perform. You just need to stop stepping aside from your own life. Humility is standing in your truth, without apology and without inflation. Shrinking distorts reality. Humility expresses reality clearly. One protects against insecurity, the other protects dignity. The somatic test. Does this feel small or true? Ask your body. Am I shrinking right now? Does this version of myself feel real or safe? Am I withdrawing because of humility or fear? Does my chest tighten when I speak? Am I dimming myself to avoid a reaction? What part of me learned that smallness equals goodness? Your body knows when you're disappearing. It knows when you're performing humility instead of embodying it. And it knows when you finally stepped into the exact space that belongs to you. It feels like relief, like expansion, like truth. So to close this short, humility isn't the art of becoming less. It's the art of becoming real. You don't serve the world by shrinking. You don't protect others by dimming. You don't build a connection by dissolving. Honest presence is the true virtue. Self-erasure is the learned wound. Stand where you belong, not above others, not beneath them, but fully and unapologetically yourself.